Hello guys, welcome to the session, and my name is Veera. So today I'm going to show you the Tomcat clustering. Before proceeding this, so I'm going to take this session for Tomcat in two sessions. It is Tomcat full-fledged end-to-end clustering. So in this I have below Linux machines are available in my environment. So in this I'm going to implement. So we have a 128 Linux machine. So this environment is basically in CentOS. It's a CentOS environment. So I have 4 Linux machines. So basic Tomcat clustering. Okay, in this session 1, okay, Tomcat clustering session 1, I'm going to show you so how to integrate Apache HTTP web server Tomcat. Okay, then next the same stuff. The next will be session 2. So how to implement session replication in Tomcat. So these are the 2 sessions I'm going to take it. And the session 1 I'm going to discuss right now. So I have 4 Linux machines, and in these machines I'm going to install my Tomcat 1, and in this machine so I'm going to install my Apache web server and plus mod JK integration, and this will act as a zip. So Tomcat second server 2, and here Tomcat 3. So I'm going to proceed with 3 Tomcat servers and 1 Apache web server with mod JK integration. So this is basic stuff what we are going to look now. So now first we will go into this machine and we are going to install Apache web server and this mod JK. Once this is finished, then we will go to this each Tomcat server and we are going to start this Tomcat server and we are going to integrate with Apache web server. Okay, so let me start it. Let me go to this 129 Linux machine. Okay, 129 full. So I have a bundle, Apache HTTP 2.4.4 bundle and Tomcat connector 1.2.41 version. Now I'm trying to build this Apache. So unzip, okay. So why I am trying to show you because I already installed on this 128 the Apache web server. So I'm trying to show you with errors. Okay, so when the error comes, so how do you rectify that error? So what necessary things that you're going to be installed. So that's what I'm trying to show you now. So just I unzip into this Apache HTTP unzip, and so let me build this. This is the source code Apache. So we need to build this. So then it will going to generate Apache 2 folder inside USR local. Okay, here it is going to be installed by default. So right now there is no Apache folder here. So let me build this and then we will see. So to build this, we need to run this. So I need to set this configure. It is trying to find this APR. Okay, so this is looking for the bundles of the APR. So this bundle APR. Okay, let me copy that. So APR bundles. So it is a dependency things. So here I'm going to copy. So it is looking for this APR bundles. Okay, into this Apache src lib folder. Okay, we need to keep this bundles jars. Okay, so this into this src lib, and we are going to build this. So then let's see this. So I have got these two bundles, APR and APR util dependencies. So what I do, just I will move this and this into src lib folder. Okay, go to src lib folder. So we copied these two. Let me unzip and once unzip, so we need to rename this APR. Okay, just look this the name exactly this APR. On the second one, so APR util also unzip. So APR util also I will rename this exactly APR util. That's it. So we downloaded this chips and we kept it inside exactly Apache folder src lib and we rename it. Now can I run now? Configure. See here, by default this is very a fresh Linux CentOS machine. So it is saying that C compilers is not found. So we need to install the C compilers. So here it is. Install GCC. So what is the command? The dependencies, if you see here, install GCC, this one, and this is the beginning when you are trying to install. So very fresh few things here. So this is removed there. So these are the necessary, the first things which I installed on this part of this. So whereas this Apache session, so this is actually the dependency which is required. So there are a few more things will come into the picture. So what's the exactly is necessary while part of this Apache web server while installation part. So what the things are required. So we just are trying to install this GCC to compile this Apache web server. Okay, it is installing. Okay, so it is installed successfully. Let me build this again. Configure. So install this GCC to compile this bundle. So I'm going to show you with errors. So that's why I'm trying to show you in a very fresh Linux machine. Okay. So if I show you in other machines which is already installed, maybe the dependencies which already been installed, so you cannot see any errors. So see, this is a one more error. So when it comes like this, pcrc config lib pcre is not found, pcre is required. So in that case, you need to go with yum install pcre dvel. Okay. So the next command is yum install pcre develop. So development to bundles pcre as part of this. So to build this is also be required. So we make sure when you try into so you should remember this error. Okay, so first we paste this C compiler, so it's not found, then this pcre. Okay, it's successfully done. The next is again configure. Okay, I hope now it is going to get complete without any error. Done. So when you're trying to build this, the first stuff, okay, so these two are mandatory to build this Apache web server. and we executed this command, command 1. So we just executed. So what is this? Okay, inside this configure is there. So this is what we run this. Okay, configure. So the dependencies are here, and then now next is make. Okay, if even sometimes you can face no, the dependencies over here as well. I don't think so right now it will go to make it. So that's all. These are the two major things. Okay, so of course this is also the so very fresh CentOS machine. So few things are required. Yes, I think this is also going to make a note if it is CentOS. Okay, these are also basic very fresh Linux machine. So I want to make a Tangier also 2001. So in that case I just install this. So these are the total things as part of this very fresh Linux machine that I have it. Okay, so the command is configured, and so what commands, so make, and then I can install, make, install. Okay, these three commands, and so these are the required required dependencies. So you need to install. Okay, required dependencies, install these many. And let's go to this meantime. To build this meantime, we will go with the Tomcats, and you will see I think Tomcats I am using 8.5.23 version. So Tomcat 8.5.23. Okay, so fine. So this is the version of Tomcat. So let's go to this all these servers and let's start the Tomcat server. Okay, meantime to build this, it is taking time. So let's go to this 128 Linux machine and let's see the Tomcat. So this is my 128 machine. So I have here a Tomcat, Apache Tomcat. Okay, let me unzip this. So give me some permission. Yeah. So go to this Tomcat. So basically, so this is a folder to start things, and this is a configuration file, and this is the logs, and this is the where we're going to deploy this application into this Tomcat web apps. So go to this conf. So this configurations. So inside this is the major configuration file server.xml. Okay. So if I open this, so let me check if the things, okay, it's still installing. So here 8005 is shutdown port. Okay, make sure you have to remember. So some port information on this Tomcat. Okay, basic ports information. Okay, so shutdown port 8005, and HTTP port is 8080, and HTTPS is 8443. Okay, and AJP port is 8009. Okay, so this is the default ports in Tomcat should come up with. So okay, whereas so we are going to integrate. Okay, so the session one is integration with Tomcat, Apache web server integration with Tomcat. So when integration, so we need this particular port information. Accordingly, if we change it, exactly you have to update it in Apache web server to connect Apache web server with the Tomcat servers. It is going to connect through the AJP port. Okay, so make sure. So we need important is this is a port. Okay, so here if you come down and see this 8080 HTTP, and 8443 is HTTPS. So this is the block. Connector port is 8009. So AJP13. So this port is important. Make sure you have to see this done. Okay, so and the next, so we are going to connect Apache web server with multiple Tomcat servers. Okay, so multiple Tomcat servers. Okay, let me take this out. So Apache Tomcat is going to connect with Apache web server is going to connect with the Tomcat. So here, so we need to give the name to each Tomcat. The name should be configured exactly inside this Apache web server. So what I do is I will configure this Tomcat name as a JVM1. So I'm going to follow with the default configuration which is given by Tomcat. See this JVM root is equal to JVM1. So let me follow with the same naming conventions. So I will make this name as a JVM1, and the next this name JVM2, and this name JVM3. Okay, the three names I have to configure them here. Okay, let me see this. My build is okay, it's completed. The make is executed successfully, and make install. Okay, this is the third command. So this is the third command, make install. Once this is completed, so it is going to be installed. Your installation path. Installation path will be under USR local Apache 2. So this is the basic installation folder of Apache 2. Okay, let me see that. Okay, it's completed. So VSR local Apache 2, yes. Okay, so this is the basic installation folder, VSR local and Apache 2. Okay, cd Apache 2 done. Bin directory. So we have multiple directories, bin and the configuration file and logs. Okay, so HT docs, static content to load, and the modules to integrate Apache with mod.jk. Okay, so here inside the bin folder, see here Apache CDL. So inside VSR local Apache 2 bin. So I'm trying to start this Apache server. So we have to use this Apache CDL. So before starting this, let me change some configurations. So basic configurations. So let me see this hello world Apache web server. Then we will conclude the installation part is completed of this Apache web server. Okay, so it is installed successfully right now. Okay, so then go to this configuration file of Apache. So Apache 2 conf, and this is a major configuration file, http://conf. So here, so if you see this basic information, this Apache is listening on port 80. So it is going to start with the port 80, and so there is one more property. So because by starting this, it might have going to throw an error. So the server name. So my server name is jboss02. This is my host name of this Linux machine. Okay, host name jboss02. This is what I configured there. That's it. So let me start it and save this Apache 2 bin directory. Okay. Okay. So this time I'm trying to disable side tables. Okay. Apache CTL start. That's it. If you want to stop again, you have to give the stop. Okay. So let me check it. Yes, I can hear. Correct. Apache 2. It is started. Apache 2 is started. It is running. So this is be there inside 129 Linux machine. So this is my Linux machine, and it is running. Okay, so this is the host, this, and this is a port 80 by default port where it is running. And let me see this 80. So by default it will going to listen on port 80. So let me say this the logs also inside Apache 2, the logs. Okay, minus of log. Okay, so this is only the notice. The responsive page. 1 minute. Just started, and let me check with the host name jboss02. http jboss02, and this is my port. Okay, so I'm trying to access from the outside. Okay, cool. It's now able to do that. Okay, so okay, cool. So when I'm trying to enter this IP address, now you can see this. It works. So this is the message you can see and confirm. Apache is started successfully. Okay, so if you want to change the static content information, go to this HT docs. So here we have an index HTML. So here it is come. It works. Okay, so let me remove this. Welcome to, let me change it, Tomcat session. Okay, so let me go and refresh this. So So welcome to Tomcat session. So you can display something, static content, static pages, so everything from here. Okay, done. So I just conclude this is installation part of this over, and let me see with the mod JK. Once this is finished, then we will go to this Tomcat. So mod JK. So OPT. So this is the Tomcat connectors. So let me unzip is done. Connectors. Okay, done. So folder. And go to native folder inside this. Okay, so inside this Tomcat connectors and native. So here, so you need to build this. So here we need to execute this build conf message. So here you see here auto conf is not found, something error is showing. So make sure install conf. So that just this is make sure this is one more step which is required as part of this. Okay, so here install conf. Okay, so this is as part of this mod JK dependencies that is required, and this is when you're trying to build mod JK. Okay, make sure this is mod JK, and these are related to I think yeah, this is okay. Let me keep this everything, and this is Apache. Okay, done. This is done. So let me execute this build conf. Okay, so this is again lib tool, not form. Okay, jump install lib tool. So this is also been important one. So here 20 years. So here I need to give jump install lib tools. I think tools tool. Okay, lib tool. That's it. And let me execute now build sh. So I think now it's a success without any single error. Okay, done. So now we need to run this configure. So when you're trying to execute like this, okay, so the next commands are, so these are the dependencies over here and here. Okay, so this is a mod JK, and here with what the commands mod JK commands. So first we need to execute build conf.sh file and then configure. So when it is said this configure, it is so saying is no Apache is given. Okay, so for this case, okay, so what we need to provide is, so this configure, take this help, the expected inputs, these are all. Okay, so with Apache and with AP access, so let's take this with AP access configure AP access is equal to, so USR local Apache 2. Inside the bin we have access. We give this okay, so I think this is not, I think we need to give this with Apache. Okay, so let me take this, okay, with Apache directory. Apache is equal to user local Apache 2. You see this, so it is expecting this Apache location. Okay, done successfully. So what I given is, so see this previous command with Apache, this is what it is expecting. Configure with Apache. So while configuring this mod JK, you need to give the location of this mod Apache 2, because it is going to install the binaries of mod JK into this Apache automatically. Okay, done. So and the next make, and this is the next command make, and the next is make install. So there's the four commands. Okay, and make install. Once you do this, okay, the recompile of Apache. Okay, so let me check this out. So if you get like this, like connect with AP access, so local Apache to bin AP access. to check this, you have a find this. Okay, probably recompile of Apache to build con with mod jk, make install. So I just need to go and build con, fine. Okay, then next we given it. This is my Apache. I'm trying to build this again. So don't escape, configure, make is all okay. And when I try to this make, okay, make install. Okay, so what it is saying is install mod jk. So install Apache 2, this configure with mod jk. We install libtools. We installed already libtool, yes. Okay, there's nothing. Apache 2 interfered with mod jk. No. Okay, so let me check it. Configure help with APXs, enable build prefix value. APXs the package. Okay, 1 minute. So local Apache 2 the modules. So it is not like this. JK, let me remove this tab. Okay. OPT get connected native libtool. This is what we given it. Okay, executing files, configuration directory is all done. So make it's okay. So what it is said is, please be sure to recompile this Apache. Okay, build conf. Okay, let me go with Apache build conf. I can try this one more time according to this suggestion. Okay, so with mod jk. So that's what earlier previous version we installed in this Ubuntu. Okay, then I'm trying to show you this in a different environment, the same stuff. Okay, make install. Okay, So all together I'm exporting one by one. Okay, then we will see that stuff. Okay, meantime let me go with my Tomcat servers. Okay, so as I open this is a Tomcat, so here make sure engine. Okay, so engine name is Catalina and the host and so let me provide the same stuff JVM1. Okay, so save this stuff. Okay, so inside the server.xml change this IP address assign, so localhost, so I will change into 168.133.129. this is the Linux machine of this one. Okay, that's it. There is no much configuration change, only the name, the JVM name. So just okay, so if I say exactly, so the parameter is, let me write down on this. Okay, so this is the parameter for this case JVM root is equal JVM1. I given it. This is the configuration. By default it is listening on 8009 AJP and okay, so it is done. Okay, pt tom native folder. So let me try configure and so with Apache. We check this now. Any errors this time? Any warning? Okay. Uh, file exists. What is this? Go to this Apache 2 time. So we cannot export this. There is no such file. Okay, the last attempt. pt Apache Tomcat bundles native. So what I was trying to say here is configure with AP access. Yes sir, local Apache 2 pin AP access. Okay, so cannot use with AP access and together. Okay, together. Okay, so I just given this AP access. Okay, so the next make and install. Okay, so see here like this you should get it. So it should copy see this guy and where it is. So we have to see here this one, the mod jk should be installed in USR local Apache 2 modules or jk.so. okay, so it should give some permissions like this and if you see this USR local Apache 2 modules, so you will get a file mod jk.so. that's all. That means it is successfully done. Okay, the mod jk bundle integrated with the Apache. So that's it, so nothing else. So let me finish this and we'll come back again. There are a few more stuff so which we need to configurations. Okay, configurations is inside httpd.conf. Okay, so here in this file we need to configure about the details about this Tomcats. Okay, so let me finish this Tomcat. So what I will do is I will again the same configuration stuff I will make it in this Tomcat as a JVM2 and here as well JVM3. okay, so we need to specify this, then we have to configure this stuff inside this configuration file. So now we finished this one 128, so let's go to 130. So here I have a unzip Apache Tomcat. Tomcat cat configuration file server.xml. So here it is, the above line is commented, okay, example purpose. So what I do is just copy this JVM2. Okay, just I'm replacing this IP, that's it. And one more Tomcat server. Apache 1 server.xml. Down into this Catalina engine. So we're going to come up into this and we will do more at the session replication stuff when you do the second session to JVM3. That's it. And replace this IP address localhost to this. That's it. So we're done the Tomcat end. So that's it. So there are something more will be there at when you're trying to do the session replication stuff. So right now that's all. We given the names, and let's go to this Apache http.conf and configure this details. Okay, so go to this Apache. Okay, so let me stop this. My Apache running. Okay, it's running. Bin directory Apache CTL. Just in the stop. That's it. It is not going to just stop the server. Okay, done. So bin inside this conf. So we have http.conf. Okay, so here what the things that we added, only the server name. Okay, there is that, yeah, server name. So otherwise it is going to throw some error. So the configuration changes over here is, okay, inside this configuration changes we added this stuff. And what else? So we need to load this. So Apache mod.jk stuff we need to write down here. So what I will is just to give this like this stuff. So I want to configure some stuff which is related to the mod.jk exactly. Okay, so what I need to load? So I need to load this .so file which is there inside the Apache module, so which is copied successfully, right? So with that case I have some stuff over here. Okay, so this is the mod.jk. So we need to load this so file which is already, when you're trying to build this mod.jk, it is copied inside this modules of Apache. That's we need to load it, import it. So and then so I just give this workers file. So this configuration file I will make it separate file. So this configuration file I have to give the information about the Tomcat server, where my Tomcat is running and where is my Tomcat port, so etc stuff we can see there. And the next is, so this is the load balancing, this is mapping purpose. The request will come to this Apache http.conf file, then from there the request will go to this workers file. So workers file contains actually our Tomcat information. Okay, so this is a status. So this is related to status modules over here available. So if you try for series mod, okay, this is related to check the status page. And so here, so I just give this workers file. This is the information about inside my workers properties file. Okay, so that's it. So on this stuff nothing more else. Okay, so I give the status and the load balancing. So the request will come to worker properties file to map it. Okay, so workers dot properties, and let me copy this stuff. So this is the load balancer. The same name we have to provide over here. Okay, so put the name. So this name, the load balancer, this is the name, should map into inside this worker properties file. So you can continue the multiple workers file also. Okay, so here workers dot properties. So this is the file. Okay, so we created, so worker dot properties, and this is related to the status. Okay, the status. And so this is about the node 1 details. It's our case is JVM1. Okay, JVM1 Tomcat. Okay, so here it is no, I have to give exactly JVM1, JVM1, JVM1. Okay, the type is AJP13. So I said AJP protocol, and where my Tomcats are running, and my first Tomcat is running at 128. It is my IP address, and by default is AJP port is 8009. So similarly, so we have Tomcats. So if you see this, so here let me copy that. Okay, this is about the JVM2. JVM2 exactly we have to give the same name, otherwise the sticky session will not might chances to not to work. Okay, so JVM3. Okay, whereas JVM2 is running on 130. So this is the 130 where my second JVM2 is running. So 130 is the same port, right? 131 8009. Okay, that's all. So we have three Tomcats with their IPs and with their AJP port and the protocol name. So JVM1, JVM2, and JVM3. Okay, so here is the load balancing stuff. Okay, 1 second. Where is nothing is okay. Okay, that's comment. No problem. So here is. So we need to give this a balance and JVM1, JVM2, and all three are now it's in a cluster. So I want to make these three. So the names, and this is to sticky session. So one is enable, 0 is the disable. That's it. So let me start my Apache. Apache just stopped it. Start it. Yes, I can grep Apache. Okay, start it. So go to the logs and see this mod jk file will going to generate. Mod jk. So any errors you can find out from here as well, and inside this error.log as well. If anything is disconnected, Tomcat is disconnected, then you can find out from here. Okay, so now we done it, whereas we are not started the Tomcat. Okay, let's start one by one. Okay, so I just go on with the first Tomcat find directory. So cat not cat is startup.sh. Okay, yes I grep java started. Go to the logs. So inside Apache and logs, so we have a multiple logs a minus of cat out. So okay, at the end you have to see these lines. So 800 8080 HTTP 800, so we can confirm. So my AJP port of this Tomcat is exactly the configured inside this Apache. Okay, whatever properties. This is my configuration file. So this Tomcat I started with this same port. Okay, next go to another Tomcat. Message. Again go to the logs. So it is trying to start it. So we now get deployed. So let me deploy the stuff as well. Okay, that's it. This is also be started. And opt tomcat win startup.sh. Go to the logs. Out. So all Tomcats are started. Okay, so this is my log file. Let me open the logs of this error logs. So this is mod jk error log in Tomcat related stuff. Okay, whereas I started but I have not deployed anything inside this Tomcats. So to check this load balancing stuff. Okay, so where I have the bundles, so let me check it. Errors. So I need the swar file, basic swar file somewhere. Okay, so I have here. So just me copy swar file. Go into this my Tomcat. Okay, so we need to copy to this web apps folder. Okay, so once you copy, so it is getting deployed inside. Okay, so it is getting deployed HTTP session login var file, which is going to get deployed on this. Okay, so this is once deploy the same stuff I want to try to deploy in all other Tomcats. So login.var file. So another Tomcat is 192, 168, 133, 131. 131, yeah, this is 131. So OPT get web apps. So this is the one more server there I copied here. So now it's getting deploying into this. Okay, done. And one more server also there. So 128. 128. Okay, so 128 is here. So I'm just trying to deploy the stuff in all other Tomcat servers, the same var file. So what we done is we just deployed. So we change this JVM name after this all into this web apps folder. Okay, so just place the var file. Place the var file into web apps folder. Okay, the var file we placed it http session login.var file. Okay, so this is the var file I copied it into that. So I hope it's get deployed, taking time. Okay, let me check it. Okay, it's finished, and here it is finished, and this is also been finished. Cool. So now is all done. So okay, so load back to this Apache. So now, so I just completed successfully by default when you're trying to access any of war file. Okay, so this is the URL of this Tomcat, will be something like this, and HTTP port and the liver context session login. So this is actually the URL of this particular Tomcat if you want to access it. Okay, and this is the URL of this Tomcat 133, and this is 130. Okay, individual what I'm trying to say. Okay, on this Tomcat and this Tomcat and this Tomcat, and this is 131. Whereas we configured this thing to this load balancer. So what is the load balancer? URL is 129, and it is running on port 80, and this is my context which we deployed this inside this Tomcats. So now by access using this URL, your request will go to any one of these Tomcat servers. Okay, let me see this. Okay, temporal analysis to downtime template. Okay, let me check it. So some error. Okay. So when you get like this, so we need to check immediately. So what's wrong with the errors? OTK notice, warning notice. Cool. OTK. Okay, so if you see this logs, it is trying to load is failed, 131 is not connected, 130 is not connected. So okay, let me restart it. Mod JK is actually the static. Okay, so first we need to start the Tomcat, then only you have to start with Apache already running. 1 second. Okay, we stop this. Ooh. Start this. Okay, so this is actually static. So once you first you have to start the Tomcat. Okay, so mod JK. So now we start it. Okay, let me check it now. Okay, so what it is said is okay, so okay, this is my problem. So 1 second, sorry about this. 1 second, so I just trying to stop my Tomcat, and Tomcat I stopped here. So I stopped all the Tomcats. So let me start my Tomcat OPG. So this is related to some IP tables issue. IP tables and startup.sh. Okay, so let me check now. So the communication is having actually the problem. So let me, this is also restart. Start of the message. So started, and this one. Started. Okay, so okay, let me restart my Apache is not required. I think it started already. Okay, so we started this Tomcat and this Tomcat and the third one as well. So let me try this time. The communication. So immediately I have to see this Apache log file. Okay, so just trying to take time. Okay, this is my log file. So this is the previous log. So I have to see this logs exactly. So .jk. So it is going to give this connection. All Tomcats. Okay. Okay, see here. So this is my Apache IP and this is my context URL which you deploy the war file in the Tomcats login. I think taking time. Okay, just wait for some time. So let's see this where this request will go. Okay, now this is the Tomcat 1 log and Tomcat second JVM2. Okay, it says Tomcat 3 JVM3 log. Okay, so okay, why it is taking so much time? Okay, so admin want to submit. Okay, where it is gone? Tomcat 1. Yeah, so the request is came to Tomcat 1. Okay, so let me open one more browser and give me the request. So let's see this request where it is goes. So let me follow the same URL. So assume this is the second request is coming from somewhere else. Okay, login. Submit. And this request is gone to Tomcat 2. Okay, so again I have to open one more browser to make the session properly. Okay, example session logout. So sometimes the same browser will not make it work. Okay, let me see this time. Okay, this is also gone to the touch file. So make it multiple browsers, then it makes sense clearly. The requests will go to the multiple Tomcat servers. Okay, so this is the Tomcat 1 profile. Click on this profile 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the number of clicks, the first request will be stick with this particular JVM1 Tomcat only. This is called a sticky session. If you're not enable, if you not give the names properly, this names if you're not give and not configure properly inside this, the session will not going to stick. So this is called a sticky session. So here we enabled. So in this part, integration Apache with mod JK is done, and also we enable sticky session is on. We enable sticky session, so that's why the number of requests, okay, until you sign out or the server is crashed, the session is going to stick with this Tomcat only. Example, so unclick number of clicks. So what happened is all clicks are here only. Okay, so the drawback of this session 1. Okay, so we need to go with the session 2 as well, right? So the session replication also we need to check. So the problem in this session 1 is what? So here when you're trying to access, so you enable the sticky session, so you are able to access now this server. So okay, the guy is able to doing something, so you are able to stick with this particular Tomcat. So what I do is, so let me kill this Tomcat at this moment at runtime. Killed it. So I killed my Tomcat. Java. Okay, that is killed. I mean to say, when you're trying to access, okay, to the server, so your request is redirected to this Tomcat 1 JVM 1. So when you're trying to do a transaction or something, at this moment server is crashed or somebody is shut down. So what will happen to your request? So when I click this profile, what happened is actually my requests are came to this all requests because we enabled the sticky session. When I click at this moment, the next click, what happened? I am just get sign out. Okay, so this is very important. Mean to say, the my sessions are here when I do something. So assume this is a simple application, whereas when you're trying to do some banking stuff, you'll go on to account, you check your account, you do some trade payment. So when you do a lot of stuff at the end, you when you're trying to do transaction submit, when trying to send a money. So if this session is your that particular Tomcat session is just got shut down, so at this moment you should not get logged out. Whereas you are in a cluster, you are in a cluster of 3 Tomcat server. So at this moment, okay, the first request is gone to Tomcat 1. The same request session should be maintained a backup in the rest of the Tomcat servers. Then only, even though when it shut down the server forcefully or it's got crashed, the session is going to redirect it to the other Tomcat servers. Then you will not face this problem. Okay, so that is called a session replication stuff. Okay, the session replication stuff. So in this, we will do the same stuff. We are going to access it. So the request will come to this Tomcat 1. So we will shut down this Tomcat, even though the same session it's going to be redirected to the other Tomcat servers. So this session will be taken over by other people in the other people means other Tomcat servers in a cluster. That should be happen. So then only you've done a full-fledged clustering of Tomcat. So this is what session replication. This will be continuation in next class. We will see that. Okay, so that's all for this today's session. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, thanks for watching this video. Thank you so much.